After everyone, the time now being 7 o'clock p.m., the school board meeting is not called to order. As in session, I see that we do have a quorum, so we'll proceed with the business that's set before us. Have everybody had an opportunity to look over the agenda? Everybody agree with the agenda? No questions? Have everybody had an opportunity to look over the financials? Does anyone have any questions about the financial report? Anybody have any questions about the previous board meetings? If not, can I get a consent agenda for the financial report in the previous board meeting?
Make a motion to approve the previous board minutes financial report.
Second.
We have a motion second. For the question, all in favor, you vote side aye. Opposing, the same sign. Okay. First thing on the agenda next is the superintendent's report.
And I don't have a lot tonight, so I didn't do big printouts since we're in summer. We've had a lot of training going on, just various ones, different entities in district. Also, we did get the floors completed in the band hall and fresh paint job in there. It looks really nice, and the wellness center is almost complete.
Yes, it is complete.
It is complete,
Yes.
yes. So we're working on finishing that up this week. So we did get the floors and we played last time installed. So those are looking better and will be much better for us keeping clean, especially coming into the school year with a lot of students and possible bodily fluids in those areas. And we are expecting some type of guidance from the state as far as starting the school year, but we've not gotten it yet. I do have a superintendent Zoom in the morning, where the assistant commissioner, Ivy Pepper, is going to talk to us about what to expect. So I should have more information after that, and I may just share that out with you in the email if there's anything, that they're doing different from what we're doing in the year. And also, I just did want to mention, and it was on our Facebook page, Coach Jackson posted it, that the Ronald Baker Goodell kickoff is coming up on July 29th. And there's some more information coming out on our Facebook page about that. I'm hoping to get to do that as traditional in the past. Last year we did not get to the drop through into Allen's, but those were the main things I just wanted to mention tonight.
Anybody got any questions for the superintendent at this stage? Okay, if not, we have before us to approve the ASBA model personnel policy updates. We had an opportunity to cover this in our junior meeting, and we actually gave a tentative approval for those policies. And now we just need to come back and, after they met, they have 10 days to review it, give the final approval from the board to go forward.
I make a motion to approve the SBA policy update.
We have motion second. For the question, all in favor, you vote side aye. Opposed, the same sign. The next thing is we have two bids before us for the purchase of the Apple MacBooks and also the laptop. And the superintendent is presenting the MacBooks. And I just had a couple of questions myself before we go into this. Why we got two different prices?
So we actually got two prices because
I'm only looking at the MacBook.
There's a
We have two different prices. We have 65 for one price, and we have two for another price. Why we have two different prices for the same thing?
no, there should only should be one.
Well,
It should
on our quote, we have two different prices for the same thing. And relation to the MacBook.
Oh, okay, so when you purchase Chromebooks, if you buy them by 5, you get a price break. Since we're only needing, 67, we're paying 2 for a regular price, and we're getting 65 at a price break.
We could get all of them at the break price? If we buy
If I add 3 more, it would be 70, so you'll save about $25 a Chromebook per 5, not for the whole thing. So every time you purchase 5 MacBooks at a time, you get a price break.
we can try to negotiate them two MacBooks in there?
Well, actually, here's the
You
thing.
gonna give all to us.
So they're helping us already, because to get this price break, you have to order over 200 MacBooks. And what they're doing is they're allowing us to buy some more from another school district, and they're just putting one order together. Basically, we're not supposed to get the price break, but they're trying to help us in that way. But we have to order in by fives. And that's why there's two dip prices, because two of those, unless we make it into 70, then I can get the price break for the other three. But then, exactly. So I only got the numbers we needed.
That was my first question. My second question is, how many licensed professionals do we have in the school district?
And that was, these were for,
Those were just for teachers, and I went to each building and asked the principals how many we needed per building, and those were supposed to be the teachers and some of the certified staff that they had per building.
Because I'm upset, you know. I don't wanna, I know we're gonna hire some folks. I
Right.
don't wanna hire nobody and then come back and try to order some more books.
No, there's 2 extra per building already included in there.
So there's 2 extra per building.
Per building, yes, sir. Each building's got an amount in that list, and then I just order 2 extras on top of that per building. So if they do hire an extra personnel after school starts, then we have 2 extras per building for that purpose.
You know, any questions, just that, any questions? But I wanna get them out there, cause I'm looking at money, I'm always looking at money. And so this is what we're saying, we're gonna give our teachers to be able to do what they're telling us they're gonna be doing this next year. I worry about reminding, I just wanna remind everybody, when it comes down to it, I'm gonna put a whole lot of weight on the grades that we get. So we're investing a lot in this staff to help our students in this district, and I'm really looking for some results. I don't wanna come down and say we tried, it ain't gonna ride. Cause I'm looking at the amount of money we're investing in the staff, in these trainings, in these tools, in all this investing in the staff. So I just want everybody to make sure, if this is what we gonna need to do what we need to do to get the district where we want the district to be, I'm okay with it. But I don't wanna just be giving as example of giving, I always wanna be putting tools in the tool chest that you ain't gonna use.
We're also updating devices as well.
Uh-huh.
So for the past year, like the middle school have been using MacBooks already for years. And these were MacBooks that were bought, I guess, back in,
it was about 10, 9 or 10 years.
yeah, so they have already done their lifespan of those MacBooks. So they're gonna have to be buying something for the following year. The rest of the other buildings have been using Chromebooks. Well, those are gonna be also expiring,
But I remember we just bought Chromebooks.
but those were for students. Now these are for staff here.
You're gonna be able to, I don't wanna be losing out.
No. So the Chromebooks that we got are specifically for students. I did not add staff for them at all.
No, I'm trying, I'm looking to merge here. I don't wanna say we got some MacBooks that's incompatible with our Chromebooks, that we got all the stuff here. I wanna make sure we rolling with this.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're
That's why
compatible.
I'm glad you're here.
Yes, sir.
And I'm really glad you're here, so you can answer my questions. I have a few, I'm done. That's all I got. If y'all got any questions?
What is a school grade,
We don't have one.
We don't, with COVID, we didn't.
That's on hold.
make one?
No.
There.
COVID,
I said,
gave us some more time. Do you have any
You
questions in relation to what she's asking? She's proposing the MacBooks over the laptop, because we got to get 3 extra years.
And less maintenance and replacement.
So right now, also, even if you want to save money just to buy just regular laptops, Microsoft, with the shortage of chips, that everything with the price inflation and everything, they're so close to MacBooks already just priced. And those 2 that I gave y'all were supposed to be comparing apples to apples, one being Microsoft, one being a MacBook. Well, we will get a lot more with the MacBooks. You get more life out of them, less viruses, less maintenance. So that's the reason why I even offer that option, because most of the time we try to get away from Apple because it's so expensive. But with price inflation and everything, Microsoft is going way up there as well. So that's why I even gave it the option for MacBooks. And I think it's worth it in the long run. So, That's up to you guys on that. But there is also an option for Microsoft Books out there. And there ain't much of a difference on the price at all.
Any questions? Okay. What's the pleasure of the board? Okay, I know the pleasure of the board.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of a MacBook.
We have a motion second for discussion, all in favor, you vote sign aye. Opposed, use the same sign. Okay, we'll be purchasing 67 MacBooks. Okay. Yes, sir. We'll make sure it's correct. The next thing is, we have the proposed plan for our latest round of ESSER funds. Everybody have an opportunity to review that? Does anybody have any questions before me? I was looking at it, so I just want to go further looking at it, I was reviewing it. And one thing kept jumping out at me, we can adjust it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and when we need to make revisions, we can, we just notify the state that we've updated it and we've posted it to our website.
Because I was looking through it, I kind of trusted you, but I got down to, what was it?
Double tap to activate. Double tap and hold to long press.
It's $30,000 for the, summer learning and enrichment, summer learning program, camps and all that. What are you looking at there? I need a little more information.
And that is for, it looks like our, faculty pay for working custodians. Jeremy, do you remember when we came up with the 30?
Yes, that would be where, because this year we had summer activities for our high school and primary school, but they occurred before July 1st. We could not cover them out of ARPS or ESSER 3 because the state didn't have everything in place yet to start funding that. But we did use those numbers from this June to predict how much we might spend each year to cover the faculty members, custodians, any sort of resources or whatever to have, say, summer school type activities, enrichment at primary school, to have credit recovery at the high school, all of that. So I think we use those numbers to be able to estimate going forward for the next. I think we have to expend everything by September 30th, 2024. Is that right? Thank you, Rhonda. So that's why I just rolled it forward for the next 3 years, but we couldn't count this summer.
That's just a projection.
Right. It's just a guesstimate at best at this point, but.
So that's for a 3-year period, not just.
Right. And we would, and Mr. Hatley, we would adjust that, obviously, as Ms. Thomas said, we would adjust that going forward each year. If, for example, if we didn't have 21st Century available, we could shift some monies over to cover expenses to do more things with, like, middle school, who currently, they in high school were doing some things through 21st Century. So if those funds were no longer available, we would shift some ESSER funds to that, to be able to pick up that expense.
Okay. And I was also looking, what have we yet to do in, I'm looking here, for allowing our students to learn anywhere? I'm looking at $200,000 there. What have we not done yet? This past year, what we have left to do, because I'm looking at $200,000 allocated for students learning anywhere.
Is that just a projection if we had to replace things like
think so, and
Probably
also,
won't have to extend that because we've done all of this, but the
Right.
conduits do have what lifespan, Victor?
5 to 6 years.
right,
And we
So we
just,
shouldn't have
and
to.
we just both.
Right,
correct?
yes,
So we shouldn't
So
have
let's
to do
pass
that.
this whole projection.
right.
You're good for another 5 years.
We may not need to use any of that, we may could shift that somewhere later, it's just, you know, it's a potential for replacement.
I had one more, I thought was a little short, but if y'all have one for them, I forgot the market, but I'm thinking, did we allocate enough here? Oh, very first one. On this very first one, you know what I'm saying, we got $50,000 allocated for systematic procedures. Now, I know that we hit some serious snafus this past year. I mean, do we feel 50,000 is adequate?
For the nutritional needs,
Yeah.
well, they've given us free lunch this year
Right.
again, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, well, that's what I'm looking at, I'm thinking,
Yes, sir.
we have enough there.
But we may use some of that, like to purchase hot bags to keep lunches
Right.
warm if we have people that are quarantined that we need to come pick up in the parking lot, things like that. But right now, lunch is free, but we don't know each year moving forward if they will be, so we may need some there.
That was my only concern, because our question was, did we actually, based upon what we were looking at in the past, did we actually allocate enough there?
Right, yes, sir. And again, that was based on, as Ms. Thomas said, right now, what the guidance is, but if that changes between now and September 30th, 2024, we can go back and reallocate this at any time.
Because I was basing on, I was looking at how prices fluctuating up
Right, yes, sir.
and how size of Pussy Creek got what? Smaller.
Right.
At the same time. I can check it out myself in here. I just wanted to, y'all comfortable right there.
And with the additional custodian cleaning this year, I thought it was gonna be more, but I don't know that we might have spent more than about 10,000 more. If we did, it's hard to compare it with some of the prices we were getting before, but we really didn't expend that much more on the cleaning supplies as I thought we would. Because we get it in bulk from our supplier, and it's, I mean, whether you're using 2 extra paper rolls a week in this place and another 2 here, overall it just kind of balanced out. The garbage bag is probably what we probably spent more on this year, because we had garbage cans in so many different places. And then spray bottles, but we ended up going with a liquid dispenser. So you buy the concentrate, and then it dispenses, and instead of buying bottles and bottles and bottles of stuff. So we ended up kind of coming out pretty much even on that. So as far as custodial supplies, we didn't spend as much more either. So I think within that number, we're still pretty good and safe.
Okay. That was my concern. I thought in mine was just a little low, but if y'all comfortable, I'm comfortable. So y'all let me keep it on there.
Yeah, and in all fairness, full transparency, when we were assembling this, Delta variant was not what it is. The numbers were not, and we also don't know, as Ms. Thomas referenced earlier, we don't know what the state and the health department specifically will come back and tell us going forward. So we may have to go back and adjust these during the
That's why
year.
I circled,
Yes, sir.
can adjust later.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we can do that throughout the
Absolutely.
whole year.
I have no questions. Does the board have any questions related to this proposed budget, use of ESSER funds? There's no question. What is the pleasure of the board?
Make a motion, we accept the plan for the use of the extra funds.
Right. We have motion and second, no further question. All in favor, use the vote sign aye. Opposed, use the same sign. It passed, okay. You say we got an increase in the lunch prices? $4. Everybody's in.
Adult lunch.
Workers.
Restricted.
Yeah. I know what you're looking at. I mean, I don't like it, but there's nothing we can do about it. They just giving us what the price was. Yeah. So we're reimbursing,
Well, you know, I'm stuck on the word recommended. I mean, is that something that they recommended or something you have to do, or is it just something?
Do you know the rules, well, I would have to ask Millie,
That's
but
why I
it
heard
pretty
the
much
word
gives the
recommended.
commissioners and
I'm
then,
hearing a suggestion.
I'm trying to get suggestion is what it is.
no, we may end up paying out of operating for the difference,
So,
is the thing.
so what we're saying is this, it could be higher, or it could be lower, or this price.
If it's lower, then we may not be reimbursed for all of it, and then we're out the expense that our commodity purchase, our business paying for it.
So, we gonna check with,
I said, table that, and you get a clear answer. I know you could.
so we're just gonna, so we're gonna table these,
That's what we need to do, table the
reimbursement.
increase of the lunch price.
Just for adults, the kids are eating free.
Yeah, just for adults, yeah.
And I think it has to be a certain amount up from what the students.
It
would
does,
be.
they have to add like 35 cents
It's
plus
pretty well
another
set.
15. It's, I mean, I've got Commissioner Camo here from the State Department about it.
we have, we have a
I'm
table
sure teachers will
on
want
the
to
floor.
be district.
Would you like to draw it?
I made a motion, right?
We'll see if it's in. No, we again. Okay, we have a motion on second, no second, so the motion died. I mean, it lapsed. We'll go back open for discussion.
I make a motion, we approve the increase in adult lunch prices to the recommended USDA price.
We have a motion on second for discussion. All in favor, use the vote sign aye. Opposed, at the same sign. We have one opposed, it passed. Okay. Pretty lengthy personnel package. Okay, we have three resignations. So we have, okay, good. We have 9 recommended hires, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Special ed teacher, science teacher, special ed teacher, coach, paraprofessional, church counselor, cafeteria worker, where, okay, primary school. So, what's the possibility we're not gonna have an issue here for those first 4?
I feel pretty good about it. They're working with this licensure, they're already talking with universities and licensure and the process. Either through emergency teaching training, sales tools, alternate licensure, things like that, we should be all ready by the time school starts.
So we,
And if not, there's no issue.
all right, so I wanna make sure, because time ran out, man. So what is
That's
the,
why I put it in.
okay, I'm gonna ask. Okay, we still looking. So what's the pleasure of the board as it relates to the personnel package we received?
Make a motion to approve the personnel package.
Second.
We have a motion second, for question on favor, use both side aye. Opposed, use same sign. Okay, I was trying to be professional and follow the agenda, since we're through the agenda. I have my own other, I really would like to welcome Ms. Rose to the board. We really would, I wanted to do it again.
I thought it was off.
Okay, we did it one time, and, but we do say welcome, we're glad to have you. And we're looking for your input as you represent the district here, and like I tell everybody, vote your conscience. But our goal is to do what's best for the district, not what's best for you, not what's best for your friends, not what's best for me, it's what's best for the district. And I say welcome, and represent your district well.
She used to whoop me.
I was just gonna ask you, do you still
I'm
quit?
serious.
Can you still give paddlings, help him in person?
They think you're lying.
question too, I'm looking, right now, if everything pan out like this, how are we gonna be looking in schools start? Where's the vacancies?
We're good to go. We
Because
did
of that
there
one
for
para,
this
I know that I've got one that's applying that I think is a good candidate, and we should be able to interview them in the next couple of days. And, because we moved a para into a teaching position based on this last move. So I think we're gonna be in good shape as far as my campus goes.
Middle school's
Middle school's good, we're ready to go.
High school
is good.
So if nothing changed right now, we're good to go.
Yes, we have a plan to take care of the others if we can't get them, that we're good on. It'll be better if we can.
And our new program is, everybody's ready to jump start and take care of, and it's gonna be the year.
Where we at on that bus with?
As soon as they approve the ARPS budget that y'all just approved, then I can submit the approval form to the state facilities. And then once they approve it, we can place the order. It's just that process we have to go through with this new settlement. But I got it ready to go to the facilities, if the state says we're good.
How fortunate we gonna get these buses out?
I need to check back with Justin. I think we had one or two express some interest who was gonna try to talk to, so I'll get back with them on that, see where we are. And for now, we would use one of our spare buses to go ahead and implement the route, this year, even though we don't have the new buses, they're just on the ones.
Do you have any questions? Yes, ma'am. You know, if nothing else, I'm a pretty timely person. It's okay, I entertain the motion of adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Wait,